Okay, something's telling me that we might have been teased a sequel. Yes, Dragon Ball Daima episode 20 dropped, and indeed, it was the finale that Hulu leaked many weeks ago. And I will start off with the biggest complaint that I've been seeing, that Majin Kuu got the win. Yes, he did. It's akin to essentially Mr. Satan giving the win to Goku by telling everyone on the planet Earth to give them his energy, or at least give it to Goku. Just think about it for a second. If the end of the Buu saga, is this what we were getting right now? And Mr. Satan going, well, everyone, give us your energy so we give it to Goku to defeat Majin Buu. Mr. Satan tossing Android 16's head to Gohan to get him to lose control and get Super Saiyan 2. These kind of things happen in Dragon Ball, where the unexpected happens and the comedy foil really provides an opportunity for the win to happen. That third eye, and we'll get to more of the third eye in a moment, was completely broken. I mean, there was no way that it could possibly be sorted out unless it was taken out, and then with Glorio later, it was almost like a die, potato. Because that's how literally it was defeated. Gloria just stepped on it. Yes, I know that there are some things which have been left unresolved, and I will get to those in a moment. There's a lot to unpack here. I mean, do I think it was the ultimate perfect ending of Daima? Not quite. It did make some missteps for me, but I think these could be explained away if indeed this is maybe some sort of foreshadowing for us not being quite done with the Demon Realm. A Season 2. I'm pretty sure that Akira Toriyama has plenty of ideas still left within the Dragon Room that may be relevant to the Demon Realm, or maybe some kind of time skip where, indeed, as Kuu said, hey, if we need saving again, come back and visit us, yeah, please? We might need your help because, yeah, Majin Kuu is quite strong about super perfect cell level, but he's not the strongest. I mean, Majin Buu is there still. Arinsu has now been made Vice Supreme Demon King, so that's pretty cool. King Kadan indeed got some relevancy here. The entire situation, the way it was wrapped up as a Season 1, yeah, it made me smile. And I love the fact that we were here. And I will never forget the fact that, oh, Vegeta's so grumpy. Pansy's right there, just forcing him to wave, wave, wave. That was probably the thing that made me laugh out loud the most. It's just charming. This entire series is just so pleasing, satisfying. Yeah, I was satisfied. If Akira Toriyama was coming in to make his own interpretation of Dragon Ball GT with Super Saiyan 4 in it, because it's been confirmed, Goku calls it Super Saiyan 4, then I think mission accomplished. Mission accomplished indeed. And speaking of Super Saiyan 4, okay, we will talk about that just for a brief second. Yes, I am a little disappointed that we didn't get some kind of explanation as to why Super Saiyan 4 isn't mentioned in the Battle of Gods arc, that Super Saiyan 3 at that moment was the only transformation. I mean, now we're going to be getting to a situation where, like Akira Toriyama many times, we just forget. Maybe it's because during peacetime, Goku forgot to access it. Maybe it's been something that he's been preparing, but only the influence of the Demon Realm was something that could activate it. Something with Neva just pushing him over the edge, something that he couldn't quite do, something he'd been working on. As it turns out, Goku thought there was something above Super Saiyan 3. We still haven't got some explanation. I mean, that was a little weird, but at least it explains the random pull that Neva did. Neva didn't give him Super Saiyan 4. It turns out he just unlocked his potential, just like what Guru did. And again, I think some things could be resolved if we did get a sequel, but there needs to be some kind of explanation left from Toriyama as to why Super Saiyan 4 exists, but we don't see it in Super. Unless it's the kind of thing that maybe Goku just chooses not to even try because, well, if Super Saiyan 3 couldn't do anything against Beerus, with a whole flick, then what could Super Saiyan 4 do? And, okay, people might be getting frustrated as to why Goma still beat against Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I kind of got a hint from it in episode 19 that Goku was doing Super Saiyan 4 in an adult version to act as a distraction because we kept cutting to Piccolo. This was trying to distract Goma by giving him such a huge fight and a challenge that it would allow Piccolo to get back in close and just whack Goma on the back of the head 3 times. This is not a surprise. This is something that Toriyama would do. And we got this situation where we still got all of the excellent visuals, the animation. I mean, it's been a long time since Dragon Ball. I could feel my mouth slacking involuntarily because that moment with the Kamehameha and even just moments when Goku was animating heavy breathing, it looked so fluid. Oh, so good. That Kamehameha going through Goma and going through multiple dimensional rifts. Oh, that's gonna be a classic visual that will be seen in many anime music video edits all over TikTok. I bet you that's going to be circulating akin to Goku riding Kefla's attack in the Tournament of Power. It's that good. Gogeta and Broly breaking dimensions in the Broly movie. It's going to be right up there because there were moments that looked excellent in terms of quality. Some of it, even with like the Kamehameha when it was being shot, the fluidity of it all felt very nostalgic. It was a really nice little love letter. It made me smile. I went through a lot of emotions. At not one point, though, was I taken out of the experience. There were moments I was a bit confused, but the overall package just made me so happy and satisfied and content. And I was glad that I could say to myself, yeah, the world's a better place with Daima in it. You know, Daima existing, it's a good thing. There are still some issues with it, but that's pretty much the case with every single Dragon Ball series that's ever existed. No Dragon Ball product has ever been 100% perfect. And that's just the way we come to expect it. And it's okay. Daima doesn't have to be absolutely fantastic. It just has to be an improvement of what we've had. And I just wish that Toei and Shueisha would have handled the distribution of this series a little bit more expertly than they have. Like a simuldub? What was the problem in doing that? Unless the production was so last minute that the end of Daima was still being animated when we were halfway through the series. I mean, we're not quite sure about the workflow toward the second half of the series. But honestly, I just thought that the whole idea of Majin Kuu getting the final win, or just the assist, Kuu got so much hate at the beginning because we misunderstood him in terms of what was his place in the story. But now we know. He becomes the next Supreme Demon King. He's a smart, intelligent person and also a good judge of character. And it's such a good judge of character that he's prepared to look past the evil, ambitious intent of Arinsu. She just wants to make the demon world a little bit scarier. And so does Kuu. Kuu wants to go, yeah, let's make the demon realm a scary but good place. And I'm like, that can work. That's what the demon realm's about. He's not goody two-shoes. I imagine he would be a tough but fair leader and probably one that will make the demon realm quite prosperous. And I am pretty sure we are going to be seeing a demon realm quite soon. Either in whatever we are going to be getting next, or season 2 of Daima. Who knows? Maybe we'll have a time skip. Maybe we'll actually see Gohan. Yeah, okay. Not seeing any trace of Gohan was a bit weird. That was a little strange that we didn't even get a shot, just even a drawn shot in the credits as to Gohan and Videl looking absolutely confused as to what just happened. And then, or even just them coming back, the Dragon team, to Earth and then asking, hey Gohan, where were you at? It's like, well, I don't know. I was about to come to the party and then we were kids and then we were not. It's just, I don't get it. And then, it's a long story. And then he would have explained exactly what had happened. And then there you go. Even if it was just that would have been fine. But we also got a scene right at the end, like a post-credit scene, where they went back to the place where they got the bugs, where it does explain that, you know, Goku remembered the fusion bugs. It's like, fortunately, they got to a place where they didn't need to do it. I'm pretty sure if Kuu hadn't come in with that book and smashed Goma on the back of the head 3 times, they would have got to fusion. And I know people were frustrated and sad that we didn't get any fusion. I personally am a little bit sad that we didn't get a fusion of the Majin brothers, you know, Kuu and Dooku, a nice allusion to Star Wars there. It's a shame, but what we've got I am perfectly happy with because it just fits. It's in keeping with Dragon Ball's spirit. It's a comedy element from a character you wouldn't expect. We all thought Kuu was done when he gave up against the first Tamagami, but we didn't get that. We got ourselves a character who is great. He's smart, he's quite benevolent, he's quite diplomatic, he's also strong, and he is somebody who gives people another chance, kinda like Goku. That's the thing, I'm starting to think. Kuu got inspired by Goku, and Goku is a pretty good judge of character in of himself. Kuu's innocent nature, it just reminds me of Goku just going, hey, you're not all that evil, you know? Yeah, sure, you're killing my friends, but, you know, there's some trace of good in you. The whole, you're not evil, you know? And Kuu's just doing the same thing with Su, and Du will be a minister. Glorio, even though technically he betrayed his master, Su, he's still like, well, Glorio will be a master for these exact reasons. At least glad they explained where the fusion bugs were. Goku didn't just simply drop them and it was never spoken of again, because he wanted more of them, as well as the Medibugs, because they were getting a bit low on sensu beans, as we all found out. And then in the Dragon Ball Online segment, I believe Yajirobe brings the sensu beans, or what's left of them, down to the planet Earth for them to grow a bit more prosperously, so that means they're a bit more plentiful. That's in a few years' time. But this is a perfectly reasonable situation, and we get a nice comedic moment with Bulma and the Butte bugs, which are basically looking like grubs. And it's just like, is she really that desperate to try and look young again that she's prepared to eat insects? The short answer, yes. But that's just Bulma. That's just who she is. And she will chase it. And she got the Margilite, which is meant to be perpetual energy. So that's just a casual several $1 trillion opportunity for Capture Corp, as if they needed any more money. And then the big reveal, which I did not see coming. The Tertian Oculus, there were 2 others. And it turns out that they were just an item that looked strange and gross and people just didn't buy, and also was really expensive. Somebody bought it. Who bought that third eye? No one knows, but it came from that shop. I'm so glad we went back there because they were so instrumental in helping out the gang. And there were 2 others. Either Bulma would have had to have been told to trade the Magilite for those 2 Tertian Oculuses so he could then promptly destroy them, but I bet the cashier would have just gone if they squished it with that. Hey, it's not mine anymore. You gave me money. She wouldn't care. She had no idea what happened with it, about the third eye and all that stuff. And yeah, I think it's just something that I'm okay with because nobody understood what the third eye was capable of. It was never tested. We talked about this in last week's review and in our little bit in-depth discussion, that imagine if Dabura had gotten that third eye with the strength that he had, which was akin to Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in the Buu saga, or Super Perfect Cell, again, kind of like Kuu, he would have been unstoppable. That would have just the base third eye, instead of all the constant repeats and hacks and all that stuff. This was a situation where nobody had a clue. I don't think even Goma knew the scope of what this third eye was capable of. Just absolutely not. So I'm okay with that. It was unexpected, but hey, at least it was just right there, and there was plenty of other things that were seen, and I'm okay with it. Again, it just feels an authentic world. This is one of the reasons why I like Daima so much. It felt like an organic world where you go back to this cashier, this store, and you go, oh, it's them! Oh, that's good. Oh, I'm glad to see them again. And they go back for the bugs. They haven't been forgotten, which is giving me more and more clues as to we might be getting a season 2, especially since Daima's done pretty well in native Japan. I think domestically, Daima's done very well. And I'm pretty sure that means that Toei will be looking at that and going, season 2 for you. I'm pretty sure that, again, as I said, Toriyama's got plenty of other ideas that were left just potentially just in case Daima did well. And if they didn't, then they could easily be put into some kind of Daima-like Daizenshu or something like that. Some kind of guide that would be then brought out in case this was just a one and done. And then we move on into the super manga again or something like that, or whatever comes next. I think that's pretty so. I don't think Toriyama just left it at that. And if he did, oh well, okay. I still enjoy Daima regardless. And I usually tend to, Vegeta in the Japanese dub says, it's like a Super Saiyan bargain sale. Now that was a nod to the dub. I did not expect that. As soon as I heard the katakana, it was just like, oh wow. That's an allusion to the dub and how much that's become a meme. And maybe there's just a sign that Akio Iyoku, Toriyama's second in command, who's now taking over Capsule Corporation Tokyo, and started to take more of a vested interest in the animated avenues and opportunities for the series, is looking to the international markets, the West, in a way that Toriyama never did before, and is realizing, that got a lot of laughs. That's a trope. Why don't we do a callback? As in Japan, it may not be understood. They might just think, oh, it's just a Super Saiyajin bargain seru. It's just a line. But in the West, they go, the animation, I know I didn't talk about it that much, but it was crisp. It was akin to Gogeta going nuts in the Broly movie. It was perfect. A perfect ending for me, because it was filled with things that just scream Dragon Ball to me. And I know that some people may be disappointed that we didn't get Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. We didn't get a fusion of any kind. Yeah, it's okay. Come on. We ate well. We got Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in kid and adult form. That's been something that we've been longing for decades at this point. And we've now got an explanation of, yes, he actually achieved it. And no, we will probably never see it again for reasons that Vegeta's already said. That it's just not worth it. And it's better to just master Super Saiyan 2, which is a lot more sustainable. Fair enough. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, though, it's a little bit strange, but maybe it might get to the point where we get an explanation later on in some sequel series of somebody going, oh yeah, Goku or Dad, you had that Super Saiyan 4 thing. Why have you not used it again? And then it would be saying, well, I kind of forgot about it because we weren't really tested. And then we got Super Saiyan God, which is kind of similar. So it's like, it's kind of not worth it. And besides, Super Saiyan Blue or whatnot was ending up being stronger and Ultra Instinct and all that kind of stuff. I'm quite sure Ultra Instinct will end up being a lot more sustainable, interesting, a lot more scope for potential, and maybe stronger. No, I'm not trying to get into a power level debate here, but I'm thinking that it's okay. I think Super Saiyan 4 would not be the peak of Goku's power. There's more to come with mastered Ultra Instinct, true Ultra Instinct, whatever the super manga is going to be calling it on this particular Tuesday. I'm happy with how this ended, but I think this might be season 1. There might be more to come in a couple of years' time. It might take a while because this was a love letter to Dragon Ball from Akira Toriyama. This animation is probably one of the best animated projects I've ever seen from Dragon Ball. And Daima Season 2, if there is one, has to do the same. They can't cheap out on it. They can't do what many entities have done, as I've seen online and just generally today. They start off great, but then they realize that, oh, this makes money. We want to make even more money. We want to outsource things. And therefore, the product cheapens in quality and there are loads more compromises because, well, they're chasing the dollar or the yen in this case. I really hope that doesn't happen. And if, honestly, we don't get a season 2, okay. It's now encapsulated in the 20-episode form, and I'm okay with that. Expect Haverock and I to come with a deep dive pretty soon. So until then, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Catch you later.